Let us start. Let us chant Omkara together. Om. 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 Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo, Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat, Parabrahma, Tasmai Shri, Gurave Namaha, Dhyanamoolam, Gurormurtihi, Poojamulam, Gurorpadam, Mantramulam, Gurorvakyam, Mokshamulam, Guru Kripa. Let us chant the Shanti mantra of the Kathopanishad. Om Sahana Vavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvina Matita Ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Let us offer our respect and devotion to Lord Sri Rama on the auspicious occasion of NAVAMI. Sri Rama, Jaya Rama, Jaya Jaya Rama, Sri Rama, Jaya Rama, Jaya Jaya Rama, Sri Rama, Jaya Rama, Jaya Jaya Rama. Harihi Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. My pranams to all. Slowly open your eyes. I welcome all of you to today's session on Kathopanishad, our Upanishad, Gnana Yagna. Today we'll be taking up the first few shlokas of the Kathopanishad. We had an introduction session in the previous session. Today is a very auspicious day. Last Sunday was the festival of Ugadi, the New Year. This Sunday, today, is Sri Rama Navami. On the auspicious occasion of Sri Rama Navami, we are having Kathopanishad. We're beginning Kathopanishad. There's an other speciality today. Today is also Chaitra Navaratri. So the last few days have been Navaratri. And today is the 9th day of the Navaratri, the Chaitra Navaratri. And Navami, today is Rama Navami. Last year was when in Ayodhya, we had the Prana Pratishtapana of the Sri Rama. And it's been 1 year from that day to now. So wishing all of you a very happy Sri Rama Navami, Chaitra Navaratri, and happy Ugadi. May Lord Sri Rama bless all with bhukti and mukti. So let's start today's session with, of course, for all the people who have joined newly, I'll do a quick recap. But let's start with Lord Sri Rama, because it's Rama Navami. So Lord Rama is Avatara Purusha. So we know that he's an avatar of Vishnu. What is an avatar? He's also flesh and blood. Okay, so Lord Rama is flesh and blood, somebody who lived possibly 10,000 years ago, right? And who had the same uh, physiological presence. And then there's challenges in life. And he led a life of dharma. So Rama is Ramo Vigravahan Dharma. His life is dharma. And that is why the story of Rama is extremely essential. The story of Rama is the essence of this culture. That story has been passed on from generations and generations and generations. And the story is the protector. That story is the liberator. And that original story is the Ramayana is known as Itihasa. Itihasa means history. It is a history of what happened at that time. It's a record of what happened at that time. And that is written by Maharishi Valmiki. And that is called Valmiki Ramayana. Valmiki also wrote another Ramayana. Anybody knows what that is? It is called Adhyatma Ramayana. Okay, so there's a Valmiki Ramayana, which is history, which is about the layer of, it's a gross layer. It's called Adi Bhautika. Okay, which talks about the person called Rama, who was an ordinary human being, who was a king, and how did he live his life with wisdom, and what happened in his life. Then there's a Adi Daivika layer. Adi Daivika Rama is a metaphysical Rama. He is known as the avatar of Vishnu, that the supreme consciousness descends on the earth as a human being, and that is called Avatara. Avatara Purusha is somebody where the supreme consciousness, absolute consciousness, is taking a birth for the purpose of correction. That's what Sri Krishna tells in the Bhagavad Gita. Yada yada hi dharmasya glanir bhavati bharata abhyutthana adharmasya tadatmanam shrujamyaham. Whenever there is so the whole world is a game of positive and negative, divine and demonic. Okay, day and night, opposites. At some point, the demonic takes over. Okay, because the demonic is typically more in number. What is more in your life? Demonic tendency, negative thought, or divine tendency, or positive thought? And that is the same example given in the Bhagavad Gita. The Bhagavad Gita starts in the context of Mahabharata, where there are two armies, but one is a bigger army, one is a smaller army. The bigger army is the Kauravas, who are more in number, and the smaller army is the Pandavas, who are less in number. So, and when that goes off balance, a balancer is required. That is Sri Krishna. Okay, so the divine takes a human birth to bring that correction at a society level, at the metaphysical level, and ultimately at the individual level. And that is Adi Daivika, Adhyatmika. So Valmiki wrote Adhyatmika Ramayana, where that Ramayana talks about Rama as your inner self. Your inner self is Rama. Ra means the Atma, self. Ma means Mama, myself. So When you say Rama, what are you saying? My inner self is the divine self, is the supreme self. You understand? So when I say my inner self, it doesn't. What is the innermost? So in the Atma session, I keep giving an example of coconut. You see a coconut, right? So what is the coconut? How does the coconut look? What is the color of the coconut? Brown, dark brown. But that's not the coconut. That is the shell. What is inside it, the white, that is the coconut, right? But you call the outside also coconut. But what is the real coconut is what is inside. The outer is just a shell. In the same way, what you refer to as me, you are always referring to the shell, which is the body. But what is you is what is inside, which is Atma. And that is Rama. Atma, Rama, Ananda Ramana. Is that clear? So the understanding of Rama, the worship of Rama is Adi Bhautika, which is the Sri Ramachandra as the king, Adi Daivika as Lord Vishnu, who is avatared for Dharma Samsthapanaya, and Adhyatmika as my inner self. Is that clear? So where is Rama? Where is Rama? Rama was in Ayodhya, the physical Rama. Then where is Adhyatmika Rama? Adhyatmika Rama is, sorry, Adi Daivika Rama is Ishvara. He is the Lord of the universe. Where is Adhyatmika Rama? Whereas the real Rama is inner self. That inner self is Rama. And that's why it's called Atma Rama. And the whole purpose of life is to realize Atma Rama. The ultimate purpose is to realize Atma Rama. When you're identified with the body, to be a servant of Adi Daivika Rama, Lord, to work as an offering to the Lord, that is Karma Yoga. And there is a Adi Bhautika, which is to live a life of Dharma. So these are the three layers. Now, the Upanishads, what we have taken is Kathopanishad. The Upanishad is about Adhyatmika Rama. The Upanishad is to help you realize the Rama within. Is that clear? What is the Upanishad? The whole focus of the Upanishad is Adhyatmika Rama. To help you realize you are that self, that divine light, that you are not the body, that you are not the mind, that you are not your thoughts, not your identities, not the roles that you play, not what you think you are. You are the reality. You are coconut. You are Atma Rama. Now that Atma Rama, the moment the Upanishad, Shastra or Guru, when it is revealed, there is a non-acceptance of that. Arey, how can I be a Rama? Okay, Rama is Mahatma. Rama is such a great person. Rama is Vigravahan Dharma. I've only done adharma in my life. Okay, how can I be Rama? So the Upanishad is a dialogue wherein the Guru and the Shishya together are discriminating between what is Atma and what is Anatma. So in the story of Ramayana, there is a story when Rama, Lakshmana and Sita are in the forest and they have some people have heard Rama is now in the Vanavasa. They have come to see him. So many saints, Mahatmas have come to see Rama. And many people are standing. Rama and Lakshmana are also standing. Okay. Now, nobody at that time. No, there was no newspaper or Instagram or Facebook where celebrity, who's a celebrity, right? No profile picture to identify who's Rama. There's nobody has seen a profile picture of Rama. So they don't know who's Rama. They want to identify who's Rama. So they ask Mother Sita. Please tell who is Rama. Now, Mother Sita cannot tell, okay, this is my husband. Okay. So then what they do is they point out at each person and ask, is this Rama? She says no. Is this Rama? She says no. Is this Rama? She says no. Is this person Rama? She says no. Then they point at Rama, Sri Rama. When they point at Sri Rama, what does she say? She doesn't say, yes, this is Rama. She just silent. This is the proper process of Upanishad. Upanishad means Atma and Atma Viveka. I am discriminating what is myself, what is not. Okay, so the Guru and the Shishya together are discriminating. Is this reality? No, because it's temporary. Is this reality? Is my body me? No. Why? The body changes. I have not changed. Is my mind me? No. Mind changes. I have not changed. Is the intellect me? No. Intellect changes. I have not changed. Then when you hit the core, the self, then the mind shuts down. The mind doesn't recognize, yes, this is me. Mind can never recognize Atma, please understand. Because mind is an instrument. Okay? Mind is finite. Atma is infinite. The finite can never grasp the infinite. The mind simply merges in the infinite. You understand? So Sri Ramakrishna used to give an example of a salt doll. What is the mind and the body? The mind and the body. So the Lord is like the ocean, and the ocean has salt. There is a salt doll. It's made up of salt. Somebody tells the salt doll one day wants to meet its creator. So it goes to the ocean and it goes inside the ocean and it merges with the ocean. Okay. The salt doll can never ever understand the ocean. It can never capture the ocean in its mental realm. You understand? The only way for it to understand is it's to merge into it. And when it merges into it, it doesn't remain. You understand? When you merge into the self, when the mind merges into the self, the mind ceases to exist. When we say mind ceases to exist, doesn't mean the mind is dead. The notion in the mind that I'm an individual dissolves. Is that clear? So the problem in life is individuality. I am an individual, separate from totality. Okay, and that is not a reality. That is an assumption. Is that reality or assumption? I am individual. Is it reality or assumption? You never question it. You are labeled as an individual. You're given an individual name, an individual boundary. But deep inside, you always feel, no, I'm more than an individual. So the process of Viveka or the process of Upanishad is to discriminate and remove the false understanding. It's a gentle and simple process. Okay. And it's a dialogue between not two minds. It's a dialogue between one no mind and one mind. That's why it's called Upanishad. If it is two minds, it is called gossip. Okay, one mind is putting the garbage to other mind is putting the garbage to this mind. It is not two minds talking. It is one no mind. So that's why Bhagavad Gita is one no mind, Sri Krishna talking to one mind, Arjuna. And in the process of the Gita, Arjuna surrenders his false thinking. In the same way, in the Upanishad, the dialogue is between no mind, who is the guru, master, and a pure mind. And Upanishad is not no ordinary mind. There is a qualification for Upanishad. No, not everybody can get Upanishad. Okay, like you can't just simply apply to be VP of product in some company, right? You need some qualification. Okay. Even if you are qualified, the AI will go through your resume and cut you down and weigh you up. The machine will weigh you and then pass your profile. So it's so difficult to get a job in a corporate. You think it's so easy to get Paramatma? So there is a qualification. The qualification is a pure mind. The pure mind, somebody, when I say pure mind, somebody who's come to the maturity that I want the truth. I don't want to settle for anything apart from the truth. That is the purity. And that purity doesn't just come like that. Okay. The impressions in the mind will always override. So somebody who has, so typically, if I tell the qualification, you will all get scared. What is the qualification of Upanishad? You have to have Shat Sampati, Shama, Dama, Titiksha, Uparati, Shraddha, Samadhana, Mokshatva. All the qualities, spiritual qualities you should have. And then you're eligible for Upanishad. So at that time, simply because the master is saying something, the truth, you are not interpreting it based on your impressions. The mind is pure. There is a focus on the truth. That's all. That's the only reason. Okay. So that is the Upanishad. So everybody understand what is Upanishad? It is a dialogue between a no mind, who is called enlightened master, Sadguru, Brahmanishta. Okay. And the Guru also has qualification. The Guru has to be, two qualifications are there. The Guru, he or she has to be Brahmanishta, first qualification. Brahmanishta means a realization, not knowledge. Okay. I have read thousands book. Now I know. No PhD, no certificate, nothing. It should be a realization. The Guru is Brahman. That's why Guru Brahma, Guru Sakshat Parabrahma. Okay. Guru is Brahman. And Guru has the realization. Second thing is, that is Brahmanishta. Second thing is, he should be Shrotriya. Now there is a Brahmanishta, but he's not Shrotriya. He or she is not Shrotriya. Shrotriya means ability to communicate with words in the language that you understand to penetrate your false belief and clarify your doubts. You understand? It should not be esoteric language. It should not be some mystical language. It should not be, how do we say, metaphorical, too metaphorical. It should be, you should be able to clearly understand it and map it to your life experience and make sense of it then and there. Okay? It's not a task assignment to ponder over it. You understand? Very simple words, like how a mother teaches a child. It should be, and the Guru gets down, it should be able to get down to that level to teach you in the language that you understand. Clear? And that's why Sri Krishna Paramatma teaches the Arjuna, the highest teaching. Arjuna doesn't understand. In the second chapter of the Gita, Krishna tells him the highest teaching. Arjuna doesn't understand. Okay? So, because his mind is disturbed. So Krishna dilutes it. And what is supposed to be two sentences or one sentence of Tattvamasi, you are that, becomes 18 chapters of the Bhagavad Gita. You understand? So Krishna is able to relate to him, give him examples that he understands, give a full picture, and Arjuna asks questions. Krishna answers that. Okay, it's a back and forth. It's not one-way communication. Krishna goes on talking and Arjuna goes on listening. Arjuna counters. And he also catches his, what is that? Contradictions. Array, in chapter 3, you told like this, now you're changing your topic. Right? Arjuna catches all these subtleties. And Krishna gives resolution. So this is the process of Gnana. And this is called Upanishad. Because both of us are focused on the highest truth. So we are starting Kathopanishad. Kathopanishad is a very, very beautiful and profound Upanishad. All Upanishads are the most profound literature on the planet, in existence rather. Okay? No other scripture endeavors, forget about discussing, even endeavors or takes the journey to have this kind of an inquiry into reality. And in Kathopanishad, who is the master? The Guru is Yamadharmaraya. Death is the guru. He is the Sadguru. And who is the disciple? There's a 9-year-old boy called Nachiketa, who is the disciple, who is asking the questions to Yamadharmaraya. So today we'll start the Upanishad, where we'll understand what did the child ask and what did the master answer. Any questions so far? So I told you we'll start with the story of Rama. Rama, this one very beautiful story I've heard. So there are many stories. One is the authentic one is Valmiki Ramayana and Adhyatma Ramayana. And then there is Ramacharitra which is written by Tulsidas. Then there are various other versions of Ramayana. So, one of the versions, the Rama, Lakshmana, and Sita are going to Vanvasa. So they have left everything. They have given up their royalty and they are going to they have to now cross a river. In the river, to cross the river, there's a boatman. The boatman, he bows down to Rama, and the Rama, Lakshmana, Sita sit in the boat, and he takes him to the other side. When he takes him to the other side, Rama, now they have to pay him. Have you heard the story? Now they have to pay the boatsman. Rama doesn't have anything to pay with because he has left everything and come. Okay, he doesn't have anything to give. He looks at Lakshmana. Lakshmana also doesn't have anything to give. Then finally, Mother Sita, she is wearing she has some jewelry. She takes that to pay the boatsman. The boatsman refuses to take it. Okay, then they insist, no, please take it. You have done your duty, please take. The boatsman says, no, I don't take because people from the same profession don't take money from each other. Like if you're a doctor and you go to a doctor, it's a professional arrangement that I don't take money from you. So if you're a barber, you go to another barber, the barber doesn't charge you. Next time he'll give you a free haircut. Okay. Only IT people are the worst who break this dharma. They will make sure you get paid for every line of code. So, so he says, no, I'm a boatsman. We are in the same profession. I can't take money from you. Lakshmana is furious. How can you say Rama is the boatsman? How can you say we are of the same profession? We are not of the same profession. We are Kshatriyas. We are rulers. So then Rama says, let's listen to him. Then the boatsman says, I am a boatsman. I take people from one side of the river to the other side. I help people cross the river. Rama is also a boatman, but he helps people cross the ocean of samsara. The ocean of samsara is called the ocean of karma. It's called Sanchita karma. It is the ocean. It is the karma that you've done. So all of you must be, let's say 20, 30, 40 years old, right? So you have experienced what is karma. Everybody has experienced what is karma. Okay. Now that is your one lifetime. How many such lifetimes you have? And that also you don't understand fully. Why, what happened? Why was I born to this parent? Why did I marry this person? I don't know. Why my child is like this? Why did I get this job? Why am I stuck here? Okay. Why is my brain capacity? Why, when I am doing good, only AI is coming and taking my job? Okay. Just when I started doing good, now the stupid AI has come. Okay. And just when I have started blooming, Corona has come. World War III has come, right? And the new president has come and changed all the rules just when I'm going somewhere. So that's all karma, collective karma, which you don't understand. Gahano karmono gati. You cannot understand it. You will never understand it. And you're a prisoner of it. And that is what is behind that. It is many, many, many millions of lifetimes of past actions, thoughts, intentions. Okay? Every intention, thought, feeling, desire is a seed in the universe. Please understand. For you, it might be a passing. Oh, I keep thinking. For universe, it is most fertile ground. If you have a desire, it will be fulfilled. Either today, tomorrow, next lifetime, 10 lifetime later. And until it is get fulfilled, you will keep taking birth. So there's an ocean of all these repository of all your actions, unconscious actions, conscious actions, thoughts, feelings, desires, which is the ocean. And in this ocean, we are stuck. And what is the impact of this ocean is repeated cycle of birth and death. You're born, you grow old, and you have a life experiences in life, good, bad, suffering, whatever. Again, there's death. Again, there's a rebirth. And the cycle goes on and on and on. Infinite times. How many times? And there is no guarantee that you will be born again as a human being. There are crores of species on the earth. You can be born as any of those species. And many lifetime goes with in that species. Millions of lifetime as one species, millions of lifetimes as butterflies, millions of lifetimes as bees, millions of lifetimes as ants, millions of lifetimes as cow, millions of lifetimes as human. And after that, there's no guarantee again you'll be human being. There is a story of Bharata Chakravarti, whom India is named after. Bharata is after Bharata Chakravarti, who is born as a deer in the next lifetime because his last thought is a deer. Okay, and that too, he was such a wise king. He has one small attachment at the time of death, deer, and he becomes a deer in the next lifetime. What all are you attached to? What all desires keep boiling inside us? And that takes us to birth after birth after birth. And how can you cross over that? So it's like an ant which is stuck in a river. It's struggling. Can it ever come out of it? It is impossible. Unless somebody maybe takes a leaf and takes it out of it. And that is called grace. And that grace is called the grace of the Guru, Shastra, and Devatas. So Upanishad is that grace. And Lord Rama, Bhagwan is that grace. Bhagwan has to uplift us. Because we don't even have the capability to understand the problem. It is so beyond our comprehension. Okay? So one who removes us from this cycle of birth and death, from this samsara, is the boatman. And that is Sri Rama. And the Rama here is referred to as Guru. The Guru in the Upanishad is that divinity who helps us cross over the ocean of samsara, karma bandhana. And it is the ocean. Do you understand? It is to visualize it. Think about the repository that ChatGPT is able to access. Okay. How big is it? So you have all your phones, right? You have phone some data. It will tell you you're taking too many selfies. Already 15 GB reached. Stop taking selfies, right? So you have a space in your mobile phone which you can keep some 20,000 photographs, correct? Now imagine a repository that AI is able to tap into to give you answers from anywhere in the world. How big is that? To get the answer, you have to ask AI. How big is that? How big is that repository that it's tapping into? It is unimaginable. Okay. Now multiply that by infinity is your karmic record. Now that is the AI is tapping into the data of this last 10, 20 years, whatever has been uploaded onto the internet. Now your karmic record is millions of lifetimes. Who's going to save you from that? That is called. And because of that karma, you have something. Some part of the karmic record you have taken as part of the karma. With that, you have some money, you have some job, you have some health, you have some body. Okay? And you are just a puppet of that part of the karma. You can be a billionaire. It doesn't matter. Once that karma is over, again you start. Clean slate. In the next lifetime, you'll pull another karmic record, which doesn't have all those things that you had in the previous record. Because the previous record is exhausted. You understand the problem statement here, Prithvi? Is it clear? That is the mess that human or beings are in. Not human beings, beings are in. It's a programmed life. Okay. Now, the only way to come out of it is with gnana and grace. Grace, the grace, the highest grace of the God is to bless you with a Sadguru, with a master, living master, who is able to help you realize yourself. And that process is called Upanishad. Okay. Now, in this Upanishad, this is a very unique Upanishad. Very, very unique. So much so unique that even Sri Krishna Paramatma, so the Bhagavad Gita it starts with Dhyana Shloka. In the Dhyana Shloka, it tells Sarvopanishado Gavo Dogda Gopala Nandana Partho Vatsa Sudirbhokta Dugdam Gitamritam Mahata. So Krishna is like a cowherd person. The Upanishads are the cow. Sarvopanishado Gavo. The Upanishads are the original source. Krishna is like the one who's milking the cow and giving to Arjuna. So, and Krishna borrows from Upanishads. Many of the statements from in the Bhagavad Gita are statements of Upanishad and heavily leveraging Kathopanishad. So, Krishna heavily leverages the teachings of Kathopanishad, and we are now going to the source directly of the Kathopanishad to get the understanding. And all the Upanishads, all these teachings, all the Gitas are in a context. Okay, so let us understand the context of the Kathopanishad. Like the context of the Bhagavad Gita, it just doesn't arbitrarily start. There is a context. What is the context? There is a war. Okay, then there's a chariot. There are two armies. Then there's a one good army, one bad army. The good army is smaller. The bad army is bigger. Then there's a hero who is Arjuna. Then there's a charioteer who is Sri Krishna Paramatma. Okay, and the hero becomes depressed, and Sri Krishna Paramatma gives the teaching. That is the setting of the story. Okay, and that setting, all settings are about your setting. It is not some arbitrary setting, disconnected setting. It is your setting. The battlefield refers to our mind. Our mind is with positive and negative tendencies, uncontrolled. Okay, it's just a program, keeps running. Good. There are some good programs, there are some bad programs. And which is more? The bad program is more. Okay, and they're more powerful. Okay, New Year resolution. I want to lose 10 kg weight. I have to because it's good for my health. Very good resolution. But the resolution gets eaten away by the negative habits. Okay, tomorrow I'll do. Okay, day after I will do. Okay, nothing happens. What is the point of living? Life is short. Let us enjoy right now. Let us eat the ice cream. Okay, all the tendencies, unconscious tendencies take over. So the setting of Bhagavad Gita is not exclusive to Arjuna. It is our life. The Mahabharata is the reference to the realm that we live in. The mental plane is that distortion. And the hero, the Jiva, is stuck, is depressed. He gets overwhelmed because of attachment, and Sri Krishna gives the teaching. Now, let us understand the context of the story of Kathopanishad. So far is it clear? Now I'm going to start the story of the Kathopanishad, how it starts. Any doubt so far? Everybody clear? Okay. Now the Kathopanishad starts with in the setting of a person called Vajashrava. He is doing a yagna. He's doing a process, a yagna. It's called Vishwajit Yagna. The outcome of this yagna is he will conquer the world. Okay, that's the ROI on the effort. So everything is effort versus result. You have only this much time, and you can only put this much effort. And what effort will I put where so that I get the highest ROI? Is that clear? I want to put least amount of effort, get the highest return. Okay, or I want to put enough effort and get a high return. I am clear that I don't want to put more effort and get no return. Is that clear? Would you do that? I'll work 70 hours a week for very less salary. Will you do that? No. But I would like to work 5 hours a week and get best salary, but that's the ideal situation. Or I'll just like to work 1 hour a week and get the highest salary. That's the best situation. But that's unrealistic. Realistic is I work 40 hours a week and get decent salary. Okay. Now, yagna is next level. There are certain processes that you can do in the world, which is called yagna, which gives you higher returns. Okay. And that yagna is always specific to some return. This comes from the Vedas. So the Vedas, which are the divine scriptures, there are three parts: Karma Kanda, Upasana Kanda, and Gnana Kanda. The Upanishad is the Gnana Kanda. These practices, these yagna and havans, they come from the Karma Kanda. So if somebody wants a child, there is a process. Somebody wants money, there's a process. If somebody wants to kill all the enemies, there's a process. Okay. So there are different types of yagnas. But the definition of yagna itself is very different between a gnani and an agnani. Do you understand? So yagna means some effort I put to get some return. Correct? And it's a process of giving to get. So there is dana and there is yagna. You have to understand the difference. Dana is I give with no expectation to get. Okay, so I have 10,000 euros. I'll give €1. Maybe somebody who's begging on the street. That person can never add anything of value to my life, but I'm just giving and I forget about it. Okay, that is dana. That is charity. Yagna is next level. You are not giving, you are giving to grow. Okay, it is like there's a saying in English, right? Don't give the hungry person fish, teach him how to fish. Right? You can either give fish or teach him how to fish. So dana is giving fish. Yagna is teaching how to fish. Okay, so yagna is I do a process which is more than me, more than individual. I involve various other entities wherein others are nourished. Okay, I'm nourishing the other. In the process of nourishing the other, I'm getting benefit. Is that clear? So others are benefiting, I am benefiting. That is called yagna. Okay, now yagna is the way of life. You have to live your life as yagna. That's what Krishna tells in the Bhagavad Gita. Yagnarthat karmano netra lokoyam karma bandhana tadartham karma gonteya mukta sangha samachara. Our way of life should be to give to grow. The formula is if you have to grow, all of us want to grow. The secret sauce is yagna. If you want to grow, do yagna. Clear. What is the yagna? I give to grow. Okay. Who is the most grown person in the world? So let's take a parameter of wealth. Who is the richest person in the world? There's some rich person in the world. Okay. If you look at what they have done to become rich, you will see that they were in the process of enabling others to become rich. So take some company called Bezos, who is Amazon, right? So it's a business that enables businesses to make money. And then in turn, you reap the benefit. So if you want to grow, you give. Okay. If you want to understand, you teach. Okay. Whatever you want to get, you do that by giving. Because in giving, you will expand. You will become bigger than yourself. That is the principle. And when you give and nourish the whole nourishes you back. That is yagna. What is yagna clear? Now, without understanding this fundamental principle, the scriptures refer to us as thieves. Thieves are who don't give, who only take. Like for example, you do all your hard work and you earn, and you have uh, saved up for a long time, and then you buy something and you get it at home and keep it. You struggled for it for 10 years. Okay, only you know the value of it. But the thief comes, he just snatches it in one night. Okay, now that is adharma. The thief is taking. It doesn't understand the value. It doesn't understand what it takes to get that. He just takes it, and that is called adharma. Now that is exactly what all human beings are doing. We are snatching from existence without giving to it. It is prescribed that you do yagna, panch mahayagna, rishi yagna, bhuta yagna, manushya yagna, deva yagna, pitri yagna. These are mandatory prescriptions for every human being, daily. Okay? And we don't even know what that is. And we go on taking, accumulating. And that's why the scriptures refers to human beings as thieves. We only take, we don't give back. But everything in nature is giving. Have you observed nature? Everything in nature gives. So Mata Amritandamayi says, even the tree that is being cut gives shade to the one who is cutting it. Okay, the trees gives the fruit. The tree never asks why you're giving me the fruit. What is the ROI for me? Okay, the clouds give rain. Okay, they don't hold it. Then the river flows. It doesn't hold it. It merges back to the ocean. The ocean gives again. The water dries up, becomes clouds. Everything in nature is giving, giving, giving. The human tendency is taking. For me, for me, for me. Okay, and that for me is not, it has become unnatural. It has become madness. Okay, simply because of the fear. What will happen to me if I don't have this? Now, the Upanishad is addressing this root called fear. Do you understand? And the first in the setup of yagna. So in the yagna, the father, Rajashrava, is supposed to do Vishwadit yagna, where the process is you have to give, right? He is giving away cows. But he is cheeky. He is giving away cows that are ill, that are weak, that are old. He is doing adharma. He's cheating. He's keeping all the good ones to himself, and he's giving all the bad ones. Right? So it's like how we do when you go to offer to the temple, all the good fruits you keep, all the bad ones anyway God will not eat. Why should we give the so you give the bad ones. So you keep the best for yourself. It should be the other way around, with a real intention to nourish the other. That is the intention. Okay, so like the mother in the house, the mother is feeding the family. The mother gives the best to the children. The parents, mother and father, give the best to the children, and whatever is remaining, they sustain. In the same way, yagna is you take that attitude that I am doing seva not to another human being. I'm seeing the divine in the human being and doing the seva to the divine. I'm giving to the divine. And the divine will bless me. Bless me so that I can do more. So the more I give, the more I grow. That is the principle. What is yagna is clear? So this is the first beginning of the Upanishad. First teaching of the Upanishad is yagna. It teaches, and it is not just randomly placed there. Okay, because the Upanishad, please understand, we now live in a era of overload of data and information. You can preserve terabytes of data. Okay, so data has no value. Right? You don't care. If ChatGPT generates something, you'll erase it and generate again. No big deal. But in that time, in the Vedic period, that there was only core data was only very little, and the way to preserve it also was hard. So if they had to communicate something, they will not play with words. They will not beat around the bush. They will not unnecessarily elongate it. They will come to the point and they'll be very precise. So first they start with yagna. Vyadashava is doing a yagna where he's doing adharma. Okay. Vishwajit yagna, if you want to conquer the world, you have to give the best to the world. But he's not doing that. He's giving the worst. And he, with the intention to get the best. Now, he doesn't have any problem with that. But his son, who is standing there beside him, Nachiketa, he sees this and he thinks. The first few shlokas of the Upanishad is a contemplation of the 9-year-old boy Nachiketa. What is happening in his thoughts? He's thinking, why is my father doing this? I can see the good ones and he's doing something wrong. The child knows. Children are very sensitive, right? Because they're more in tune with reality. They're not corrupt yet. So he says, why is my father giving this? And he asks the father. Now he cannot ask directly the father, why are you doing this in front of everybody? He asks the father, who will you give me to? Okay. Who will you give me to? You're giving all the bad cows to these people. Who will you give me to? Indirectly telling that you're doing something wrong. And he says, who will you give me to? Who will you give me to? He pesters the father multiple times. The father gets angry and he tells, I will give you to death. I'll give it to Yama. When the boy hears this, he dies. Okay, it's a command from the father and the boy dies. When the boy dies, he goes to Yamaloka. So he waits there for Lord Yama. Lord Yama is gone about doing his duty. He has accounts to settle. Okay. So there's another story within a story, Inception. So there was a village. In the village, there was a very wise yogi. The wise yogi is meditating one night and he sees the death approaching. The death approaches and it bows down to the yogi, the wise man. And the wise man says, please don't cause suffering here. But the death says, it's against I cannot help it. It's my dharma. I have to take these 3 people. Okay. I have to take them because it's time. I will be breaking the rules of nature by not doing it. So the death says, okay, fine, just take these 3 people. Then what happens? To take those 3 people, there is a disease in the village. And many people die. Okay, many people die. Almost every house has a death. Then the yogi calls from his power, he calls the death and he asks him, why did you do it? I told you, promised me, you broke your promise, you did adharma. You told me you'll only take 3 people. The death bows down and death says, I only took 3 people. The other people killed themselves out of fear. I only came to take these 3 people and the disease was there. Their fear killed them. I didn't do anything. So during the Corona time, we have seen this, right? Many people lost their life with the fear of the disease. The fear of the disease is more than the disease. You understand? There was an experiment done in Russia. In Russia, the inmates, the prisoners who were on death row, who were supposed to be killed, terminated, so there's a way they hang them or they electrocute them. So they wanted to experiment with a new method. Okay. They told them, okay, we are going to inject you with a new poison. We are developing a new poison. We are going to inject you. And that poison is going to give you a painless death. You will die and you will not feel any pain. You'll just die. Okay. Would you like that? The prisoner said, yeah, definitely. Better than getting electrocuted and better than getting hung. So they said, yes. And they injected them with water. And the prisoner dies. So the mind of the prisoner kills the body. So what kills is fear. Fear kills. What does fear kill? Fear is killing you every day. It kills the present moment. You are here and now, but the fear kills it. You're only thinking about future. What will happen if I lose my job? What will happen if I lose my job? What will happen if this happens? What will happen if the stock market crashes? What if this person becomes president? What if there's World War III? Okay. In this whole noise of the mind, what is lost? You think you're not losing anything. You're paying a price. What is the price you're paying? Now, the present moment, which is the most precious, you are losing. Okay. The fear kills the present. And that repeated fear, it destroys your divinity. So that fear is what is addressed. The Kathopanishad addresses the fear of death, and the questions about death. Now here the child is fearless. Okay, the child is fearless, and the child is waiting for Yama. Yama has gone out for 3 days, and he comes back, and he sees this boy, this radiant boy, very brilliant young Brahmin boy, waiting for him, and he feels hurt that I have made him wait for 3 days. 3 days, Nachiketa is waiting. So to compensate for it, so Lord Yama says, I'll give you 3 boons. You asked me 3 boons. I've made you wait. It is against my hospitality. It's a bad hospitality. Atiti Devo Bhava. Because Yama is Yama Dharmaraya. He follows Dharma. He feels his reputation has gone down. To compensate, he says, I will give you 3 boons. You ask anything, what will the child ask? So he was very confident. What will this baby ask? Some chocolate, some candy, okay, some gold, right? So he said, I'll give you 3 boons. Ask anything. And what Nachiketa asks becomes the starting point. Now, if I give you 3 boons, what will you ask? How many of you know what you'll ask? Forget about what you'll ask. So you have to come on video to answer the question. How many of you know what to ask? Raise your hand. 1, 2. Only 2. How many of you know what to ask? 3 boons right now. I'm giving you 3 boons on auspicious RAMA. You don't know what to ask. Radhika, you know what to ask? 3 boons?
Yes, Guruji. 3 will be more, but yeah.
You're not that greedy. 1 is a
Painless death
painless.
and peace when I'm alive.
Okay.
I don't know what to ask for the third.
Okay. Gautam, you also know what to ask?
Yeah, I'll just ask for moksha, like Jivan Mukti.
Okay. Anybody else? Any other desires? Panaji, you don't know what you'll ask. You're on mute.
Enlightenment.
Enlightenment. Areva. This is all corrupted data. Prithvi, you don't know what to ask? To be smarter than AI? No. So you don't know what to ask? Is that the case? Or is it that you need too many things, you don't know what to decide?
No, I think things that people usually ask is, again, we are conditioned to ask that way, right? I am not really sure of what I want, because if I say something, it will probably be something which I've seen others ask, like probably for moksha or probably a painless death. I think one thing I would ask is for a steadfast devotion to knowledge, learning, realize my higher self.
Okay. Very good.
Yeah.
Anybody
I'm
else?
not sure about what to ask.
Not sure. After all these years, you don't know what you want. That is the worst.
Sir, sir, I would love to ask only one thing, is that ultimate knowledge to reach God. That's it.
Okay, very good. So that's a very beautiful story of how to teach people how to ask. They don't even know how to ask also. So there was one old yogi. Okay, almost his entire life, 100 years, he has done tapasya for Brahmaji. So Brahmaji appears, creator. Brahmaji asks, what do you want? Okay, I'll give you one wish. Only one wish. What do you want? And this person is very, very intelligent. Okay, he asks, I want to see my great grandson sitting on my lap, and I am feeding him food with a golden spoon. Okay, in a palace. So in one wish, how many wishes he asked? I want to see my great grandson. That means he has to get married, he has to have youth, then he has to reproduce, then he has to have children, the children has to have children, then he has to have palace, okay, then he has to have gold, then he has to have health to feed. So many things he asked in one wish. All encompassing wish he asked. Then there's another some other person also heard this. So that means you can cheat God. You can ask God and you can trick him. So let us trick God. God appeared. He also did tapasya. God appeared. Oh God, I have heard that your time and our time is different. Your space and our space is different. Correct? Your world and my world is different. So what is $1 billion in your world? Okay. God says it's nothing. It's insignificant. 1 cent. For me, $1 billion is 1 cent. So then he says, God, give me $1 billion in your money, equivalent in your money. God says, please wait 1 minute. In that, God's 1 minute is millions of lifetimes for this person. So the wish, the desire is unlimited. It is so unlimited that you don't even know clearly. It's very hard in life to clearly say, this is what I want. There's something you think you want, and there's something that you really want and need in life, okay, which you don't understand. And the desires are mostly unconscious, subconscious. They come from deep within. Why you have it, you don't know. Okay, why you want it, you don't know. But there's a deep inner urge. And there's a desire, which is the mother of all desires. And that is the desire called desire for moksha. The desire to become liberated from this game of desires. That is called the mother of all desires. Okay. So this is the second lesson in the story, is to look at your desires. Are you clear what you want? What is that you really moving towards? So life has 4 aspirations. And the scriptures talk about them as purushartha. Okay, they're not good and bad. There's no, it is a process. Those 4 are dharma, artha, kama, moksha. Dharma, which is the right way of living, which everybody needs to follow. Dharma is yajna. What is dharma? Dharma is yajna. To live a life of offering to the totality is dharma. Dharma, artha. Artha is to survive in the world, I need artha. Artha is money. Okay, that is a purushartha. That is the essential in life. Clear? Now, money you can earn dharmically or adharmically. That is different. So the prescription is embrace artha, but work for it dharmically. Then there is kama. Kama is desire. You have many desires. Desire for success, desire for fame, desire for wealth. Now, desire is not evil. Okay? The desire which is unrealistic, unnatural, uncontrolled, it becomes a madness and it destroys you, where you look for unethical and unrighteous way to fulfill it. That becomes problem in your life. Okay? Kama. So kama, you embrace and fulfill it dharmically. That is the way of life. And final is moksha. Moksha is realization. So you've come to a point where you have fulfilled kama and artha. Okay. Then you have done dharma. We've purified with dharma. Now, by the grace of the divine, you are able to think and move in the direction of moksha. So these are the 4 purusharthas. Clear? Now, Vrajashrava, what was his focus?
Artha.
Artha and kama. Dharma and moksha is forgotten. He is doing yajna, but the purpose of yajna is artha and kama. But the purpose of yajna is artha and kama, yes, but through dharma. Then it gives the benefit. Agnani does yajna with nishkama. Gnani, for example, Krishna is on the battlefield. He is part of the war, but he has no personal desire. He is there simply because of Loka Kalyan. So Gnani is somebody who's crossed over all these requirements. He is established, he or she is established in moksha. Now, there's no desire, there's no personal desire. The desire is for Loka Kalyan. But so these are 2 extremes. There's a Gnani who is free from desire. There is a Bhogi who has full of desire, like Rajashrava. Where is Nachiketa in the spectrum? Nachiketa is on the side of Gnana. He's almost there. Okay, he's a very, very mature child. What does such child ask? The first desire he asks, okay, should I go through the desires today in this class or shall we close for the day? We'll take up in the next class. It's been a long session already.
We can continue, Guruji.
Everybody okay to continue? So maybe we'll take one. The
Yes,
first
Guruji.
desire, so I'll tell you, the first desire he asks is, first desire from Yama is, Nachiketa says, I want my father to forgive me. I want to go back to my father. I want my father to recognize me and to accept me. Okay? You understand? I want my father to recognize me. That means he has intentions of going back. So what he's saying is, I'm going to go back. Now here you have to understand our understanding of life. When I say life, reality, world, universe, time and space is very, 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 very biased. So there's a movie called Inception. How many of you watched it? You watched it, right? In the movie Inception, the person is in the dream, is very old. Is very, very old. He has lived 100 years in the dream, almost 80, 90 years in the dream. But in the waking state, it's only been a second. So the time, space, and objects, body, mind in the dream is different from reality. All of you are understanding what I'm saying? Tanaji, आपने देखा है movie Inception? Homework है, देखो. देखा है?
नहीं गुरुजी, नहीं देखा.
नहीं देखा. So उस movie में there's a person, he goes into a dream. In the dream, he lives 100 years.
Okay.
He becomes old and he's not able to come out of the dream. Okay? But in the waking state, how much time has passed? Only a few minutes. Correct? Same thing is life and death. Our understanding of life is like a dream. Okay? Nachiketa is dead in the Bhuloka. And here the Upanishad brings us the understanding of multiple lokas. He is now in Yamaloka. It's a higher realm. Okay, think of it as the dream realm and reality. So there are 14 lokas. Bhuloka is what you are currently experiencing. And there's some current understanding, current time, space. Okay. There is Bhuloka, Bhorloka, Swarloka, Maharloka, Janoloka, Tapoloka, Satyaloka. 7 lokas above and 7 lokas below. Atala, Vitala, Sutala, Satala, Julatala, Pata. These are all realms of existence. They're as real as Bhuloka. You understand? To map with your current experience, when you're in the dream in Paris eating croissant or Prashant, you are for you, that is reality. When you're experiencing that, that is reality. Okay. In the same way, you are in a current reality. You assume that this is reality. There are other multiple realms of reality, and this is what has been communicated by all the recordings of near-death experience. So most of the hospitals record case where the patient is clinically dead. Brain function is not there, heart function is not there, clinically dead. But after some time, the patient revives. It comes back to life. Have you heard of that? Medically, they're declared and they're noted down at the time of death, this much. Because they're clinically dead. The instruments to measure are telling that the person is dead. There's no pulse, there's no nothing. But the person comes back. And the person describes what happened in the time. And in the description, many times, the time span is different. The experience that happened within the time span, like in the dream, is different. They might have lived many years and come back, and it's only been minutes, 30 minutes or half an hour. Same thing is happening in Nachiketa's case. He's having a dialogue with Yama with all intentions of going back. So by the time he goes back, it would have been only some time. His body is still there, not even burnt. So he's asked, my first wish is, I want to go back. And when I go back, my father should not get scared. Oh, ghost has come back. Okay. Father should embrace me. Father should have transformed. There's a transformation in the father he's seeking. Now, why he's seeking that? Why is he wasting his first wish on that? And he's a brilliant child, okay? That you'll understand when his second and third wish. Now you go by what I'm saying. I'm telling you, he's an extremely brilliant child, way ahead of his years. He's almost a gnani. The first wish he's asking is about his father. Why do you think that is? Yes?
I think he want him to accept him. It means that he has to go on a dharma plus calm and dharma. That's what I
Correct.
feel.
So somebody who has lived, who lost his life because of dharma, for correcting his father of dharma, he's so established in what is dharma. And that is what we see in the life of Rama. Rama could have easily told, you are, that word that you gave to your wife is immaterial because nobody was there to write it down. So nobody will ever know that you broke your word. He could have easily told that. In fact, when Bharata comes back to take Rama, Bharata tells Rama, the father is no more. Rama doesn't know. Again, there's no internet. Okay? He doesn't know. Only when Bharata comes to take Rama back, he tells Rama that father is no more. Then Bharata tells him that the promise that my father made died with the father. So you come back. Okay? The father only had promised, right, that you have to leave the country and go. Now, father is no more. What is the point? What value does his word have? But Rama doesn't accept that. It is adharma. A word is beyond the individual. Okay? So the entire story of Rama is dharma in action. It's not theoretical dharma. It is applied dharma. So Nachiketa is applied dharma. He's telling, and he understands that dharma simply is acknowledgement that the connection that you have, right? Father, mother, father, sibling, wife, colleague, enemy. What are all these relationships? They're relationships, right? All these relationships, apart from the ones that are casual relationships. So you have casual relationships in life, okay? And you have a deeper connect relationship. So casual relationship is somebody that you interact with just, hi, hello on the bus, or you see them in the market. You'll never see them again in your life. Okay? They're all just a casual interaction. But the interaction that you have repeatedly, maybe your customer, maybe somebody who has filed a case against you, maybe somebody, your spouse, husband, wife, children, they're all karmic relationships. Do you understand? It is not of this lifetime. It is of many, many lifetimes. And it is happening again this lifetime because something is not resolved. And if that resolution is not there, again it will happen another lifetime. You understand? So there is a book called, a very beautiful book called Many Masters, Many Lives. Anybody read this book? Many Master, Many Lives. In this book, there is a doctor who is having a patient, talking to a patient. And the doctor keeps the details confidential, right? Then he's talking to another patient. Then he finds the records of these two patients matching. Then he digs deeper and he does past life regression. He finds that these two people who are in different parts of America, different parts of the US, are connected through many lives. In one life, one person was the master, other was a slave, and the master tortured the slave. In the next life, the slave became the master became the slave. Like that, they went on many lives. And then there was a resolution where they went on their own ways. So everybody in your life, the one who's giving you joy and the one who's giving you suffering, is your own karma coming back to you through them. Do you understand this? So to forgive the other is not the grace you are shedding on them. It is you are relieving yourself of the karma. You understand? That is why Jesus, when he is crucified, he prays, please forgive them, Father. They don't know what they do. If he holds a grudge, he has to come back again where he will be the perpetrator and they will be the victim. He simply doesn't want to get in the karmic cycle. You understand what I'm saying? So Nachiketa wants to become free. His goal is freedom. And he wants to resolve. And the way he'll resolve is, he wants to become free from that karma, that karmic connection. And how will you become free from the karma? If the father holds the grudge, or if he holds the grudge, the karma continues. The way to resolve is, both of yours has to be peaceful. So I want to go back, but when I go back, my father should embrace me. Okay, my father should recognize me. He should embrace me. So he's asking, the first wish he's using for freedom from karmic debt. So we have technical debt. Only you understand? Developers understand technical debt. So there's a karmic debt. There's a bank debt. You understand bank debt, right? If you don't pay the loan, the bank person will, even if you miss one mortgage payment or EMI, you will get 1 billion calls. Okay. And people will come, they'll come in front of your house. So in the same way, the karma doesn't leave you. It will find you. There is no way you can escape it. Wherever you are, it will come. So there's a story. Shani Maharaj, who is the Lord of Karma. Shani Maharaj, who is the Lord of Karma, is going to Kailasa. Is en route Kailasa. Now, Kailasa is on top of the mountain. From top of the mountain, you can see who is coming in the route. Okay? So the Dutas of Shiva tell Shiva that Shani Maharaj is coming. Then Shiva understands, oh, if Shani Maharaj is coming, some karma he has bought for me. I have to escape the karma. I'll go and hide where he cannot find me. Then he goes, he dresses up like a poor person and hides in a cow shed where it's full of cow dung and smell and odor. He hides inside that. He hides inside that for 1 week. Then he steps out of the door. Shani Maharaj is there waiting for him. Then Shani Maharaj bows down. Shani Maharaj says, oh Lord Shiva, you are such a great person. I was coming to you with some bad news that according to the law of karma, you had to be put in a cow shed for 7 days. All the way I was thinking how to ask Shiva to go into cow shed. You are such a great person. You read my mind and you went and hid in the cow shed yourself. And I bow down to you. So the karma, you cannot escape. It will come and find you. There is a story of Dhritarashtra. Dhritarashtra asked Krishna, why did you kill my 100 children after the Mahabharata war? Krishna tells, I didn't do anything. Okay, you think I did it. Why would I have such a bad karma to do that? He says, many lifetimes ago, okay, you were a hunter. There was a tree. In the tree, there were so many birds, family of birds. You lit fire to the tree and you danced like a madman in front of the tree. And in the process, the parents in the tree got burnt. They became blind. And the parents who lost their 100 children, they cursed you that you also go through the same karma. Then Dhritarashtra asks, okay, that was many lifetimes ago, but I don't even remember that. Why are you troubling me now? Why are you giving me the karma now? So Krishna answers, to get 100 children, you have to do good punya, which took many lifetimes. So you did many lifetimes of good punya. And please don't think that good punya you did. That force of the bad karma to return to you pushed you to do good punya. You understand? It's not that he did good punya for some, out of his greatness of his purity of heart. It was just so that he can attract the bad karma. Now, good punya, it was 2 types. It is punya, good karma. Good karma is of 2 types. It is punya, or it is it is uplifting. Punya is, it keeps you in the same realm of account, assets and liabilities. It's a balance sheet. You earn punya, you will get money so that you can lose money. You will get something so that you can lose it. Okay, because the pain you will only get after you getting it. No. There's no such thing as financial loss for a beggar. It doesn't hurt him. So what if you take, he'll tell, because he has nothing to take. You have nothing to take. But the beggar becomes rich. Now he knows the value and he knows how he got there. Then if it is taken away from him, then it hurts him. So karma knows where to hit and when to hit. Okay, and it doesn't hit you to trouble you. It only does it so that you evolve. It is not that something is hitting you. It is you are hit yourself. So Krishna tells Dhritarashtra, you created this for yourself. Okay, but for this to happen, you had to do good punya, then get 100 children, and then the account has to be squared off. Now you have a choice. Now again you have a choice. You can accept this as, okay, I have done something. I accept it. Or you can reject it. Then continue the cycle again. You will say, no, I reject this. What is this? This punishment. And you are again in the same game, unconscious game. So Nachiketa's first wish is a resolution with the, not father. He is not thinking about father. He has a bigger vision. The bigger vision is karma. He wants to resolve. So human beings don't have the vision of karma. Forget human being. Religions don't have the vision of karma. Many religions have a very short-sighted, many schools of thoughts have a very short-sighted view of life. This is the only life. That is why you need to be very careful of what understanding you take. Life is much more than this vision that we have. Okay, life is not objective, it is karmic. It's many lifetimes. So don't take pride in anything because everything that you take pride in can be taken away. The very fact that you take pride in is the secret sauce for the karma to trigger. You understand? What you hold dearly is you are giving the statement, I am attached to this. So if you want to hurt me, take this away. That is your indirect communication. You understand? Yes, Radhika, you're raising your hand. You're on mute.
Guruji, when we talk about karmic debt and forgiving others,
Yeah.
say there are two people, person A, person B. Person A has forgiven person B, but person B still holds grudge against person A. So will they again have a relationship in the next birth? Because it's not the fault of person A. Person A has already forgiven.
Yeah, so the person A has forgiven, has become free. Okay, has become free from the karmic debt. Two ways it can happen, depending on who the person A is. Okay, if the person A is a gnani, the person A has the ability to solve the problem of person B also. Without, of course, the person B has to be willing. Lord never does anything against the person's will. If the person B also is seeking for freedom, then the person A can influence. So in that process, one maturing, the other also matures. That is why it is told in the Bhagavatam, in the story of Prahalada, that if anybody gets enlightened, 7 generations before, 7 generations after will reap the benefit. Okay, that punya will be distributed to 7 generations. So Raghavendra Swami, at the time of his realization, had accumulated so much punya that it will last for more than 900 years. Okay, and then his samadhi is in Mantralaya. That is why even today, if you go there and have sankalpa, it will get fulfilled. It is because you are taking from his account. Now he doesn't need that account. He has made so much punya. He doesn't need punya because he's free. He's gone over punya and papa. And he has the ability to give his punya to his family. So his punya is a punya of a gnani is distributed to primarily to his disciples. First, they are spiritual family. So blood is thicker than water, right? Spiritual connection is thicker than blood. Spirit is thicker than so my wife is saying spirit is thicker than blood. So the spiritual connection is thicker than the blood relationship. So when Bhagavatam says 7 generations, it talks about both the spiritual family and the biological family. In the case of when the person A is gnani. If the person A is not gnani and the person A has become free for whatever reason, through purity or has some resolution or healing or whatever maturity, he or she becomes free. If the other person is not free, the other person, it is not that the person has to be reborn to close the account. There is a projection of that person to close the account. See, that impression lies in, for example, in the waking state, you have a boss. You have a boss, right? Your boss shouts at you, harasses you in public. Now there is a hate, anger against the boss, but you can't do anything because you can't do anything. You are subordinate. So you suppress that anger. That night whole day you're thinking about your boss, right? You've spoken to about, you told your family about it, your friends about it. You vented out, nothing has gotten that fulfillment. Okay, the fulfillment will only come with that expression. Now the dream is the grace of nature. where nature allows you a way to experience and express your unfulfilled desires and energies. In the dream, your boss will appear. Okay. Now, is it the real boss? No. That boss who abused you is still there out somewhere. But here, there's a manifestation of a boss from your impression. And then you settle the account. You understand? So that person who still has the impression will project another entity. It doesn't have to be you. And that's what happens after death. After death, you've heard, no? People are going to Naraka. In the Naraka, in the hell, there are Yamadutas troubling you. All these beings are nothing but your impressions, your vasanas, who have embodied as these creatures to trouble you. If your vasana is divine, the divine will appear. Okay, ultimately, it's embodied, and that projection is as real as the boss in the real world. Because if it is not real, then there's no deep resolution. You have to feel it is real. Only then the resolution happens. You understand? The key is the notion of reality. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
That's why in your imagination, if you just project your boss and shout at him, it doesn't help you. Because you know it's not real. You want that real experience. That real experience happens in dream. In that time, you don't know it's unreal. When you experience in dream, it's real for you. So if the person A has become free, it depends on who the person A is. So that person A, example, I'll tell you. There's Angulimala. Have you heard of Angulimala?
Yeah, Buddha's story. Yeah.
Angulimala was a Brahmin. He was a very brilliant child. He was an exceptional student in his Gurukula. In his Gurukula, all the other students became very jealous of him, and they created a story that he is having a relationship with the wife of the Guru. Then the Guru comes, he gets very angry, and he goes by what other people are telling, and he tells Angulimala, as prayashchita, you get me thumbs of people. And he takes Guru Vakya, and he becomes a monster. He goes killing people, and he wears a mala of thumbs. When he meets Buddha, that interaction with Buddha, he becomes free. That instant, in just one meeting, he has done horrible karma. Please understand. People dread him. People tell Buddha, don't go into that forest. Angulimala is there. He's a terrorist practically. But Buddha goes, and he's transformed by the tranquility of Buddha. That is the same thing happens to Ahalya in Ramayana. Ahalya has become a stone because the stone is a metaphorical language. She's become stone-like. She's frozen. Her mind is just dead because of the bad experience she had. She was abused, right? Sexually abused. That abuse creates a deep trauma in her, and she becomes frozen. Like you will see that such people in the mental hospitals, right? Some deep trauma they've gone through, they cannot function. She's become a stone-like. The story tells she's become a physical stone. She's actually become stone-like. When the Rama comes, she heals because Rama burns the karma. Buddha frees Angulimala from the karma just by his presence. That is the grace of the master. So Angulimala is free. Now he's free. Okay? And he becomes a disciple of Buddha. He tells Buddha, please take me as a disciple. He becomes a disciple of Buddha. And he becomes a bhikshu. He becomes an arihanta, enlightened disciple, arihanta. As an enlightened arihanta, he's sent for begging. He has to beg for his food. When he goes to begging in the village, now people see Angulimala has come. Initially, they're scared. Oh, he's come now he's dressed up as a monk and he's trying to kill us. But later they see that he's not abusive. He's become really silent. Now he's a soft target. Earlier, they were afraid of him. Now they take on the role of abuser. They start hitting him, beating him, throwing stones at him. What does Angulimala do?
Silent.
He silently accepts it. Okay? Because he's free from karma. He simply accepts. He doesn't say, oh, now I have changed. Look at me. Whatever is happening is the order of karma. If I'm meant to die by their hitting, by their beating, let me die. That's what Mata Amritanami, when Mata Amritanami was young, before she was known as Sudamani, her brother, they were in Kerala, in brother, takes a gunda to kill her because she is chanting divine name, causing all sort, getting attention and everything. So there is a person with a sickle who comes to kill her. Sudamani says, if I'm meant to die by your hand, let me die. There's a total acceptance of what karma has to present in front of you. Gnani doesn't try to manipulate, simply accepts. Okay? So the Angulimala accepts it. He has become free, but he has become truly free. But whatever pending prarabdha comes, you cannot prevent it. The prarabdha is of three types: intense, medium, and low. Okay? Three types. What is prarabdha? Everybody understands? Prarabdha is past karma, whatever you have done earlier, which is created this life. It's called destiny. But the destiny is of three types: high, medium, low. High is you cannot change it. Like Angulimala getting beaten is high prarabdha. It cannot be changed. Ramakrishna Paramahamsa getting cancelled, high prarabdha. It cannot be changed. Even though he's a Paramahamsa. Who is that? Our Ramana Maharshi getting sarcoma, cancer, cannot be prevented. It is high prarabdha. Clear? Swami Vivekananda, when he goes to US, he goes through all sorts of abuse and, he gets chased by people. Okay, insults cannot be avoided. There is a medium prarabdha. Okay, that prarabdha with some effort, with some good effort, you can prevent it. Then there is low prarabdha. The low prarabdha can be erased. Prarabdha itself are three types. By the grace of the Guru, the Sanchita is completely burnt, which is the total karmic record. So no more creation of new body. The prarabdha is like an arrow which is already shot. Nobody can prevent that. But the intensity of that is reduced. You understand? Okay?
Yes. Yeah.
So the Guru, so it said that the Guru can, whatever Brahmaji writes with his right hand, the Guru erases with his left feet. So your destiny, which is karma, can be burnt by the master, by the grace of the Sadguru. That is what Rama did to Ahalya. Okay, destiny is written that she becomes a stone. She suffers some karma. But by the touch of Rama, she becomes free. And it's as simple as a touch. Buddha didn't give any elaborate teaching to Angulimala. It is just a short conversation, and Angulimala becomes a Gnani. Okay, that is the grace of the master. And that is called Upanishad. That Upanishad liberates you from the worst of the worst karma. You simply become free. Okay? So I made a statement earlier. I'd like to correct that. I made a statement earlier that the prarabdha cannot be changed. That is not absolutely true. Okay? The Guru, who is Lord himself. So who ordains the law of karma? It's a law. The one who ordains the law of karma is Ishvara, Lord, the creator. And if Lord wants, he can change the game. So there's a story in the Krishna and Arjuna. Arjuna and Krishna are walking in the forest. There's a bird on the tree. Okay? Krishna tells, oh, such a nice cuckoo bird. Arjuna tells, it's a crow. There's a crow sitting on the tree. Krishna tells, such a nice cuckoo bird. Arjuna says, yes, very beautiful bird. I've never seen such a beautiful cuckoo bird. Okay, then Krishna tells, so no, actually it's not a cuckoo bird. I'm getting old. It is a peacock. Arjuna tells, yes, oh yeah, correct, you're right, Krishna, it's a peacock, very beautiful peacock. Then Krishna tells, hey, you silly Arjuna, it's not a peacock, it is a owl. Arjuna says, oh yeah, correct, it's an owl. Then Krishna laughs and tells, why are you playing with me? You and I both know it's a crow. Why are you playing along? So Arjuna says, Lord, I know it is a crow, but if I tell it is not a crow, you can just make it into whatever you want. You are Lord. So this is just a story to illustrate that the Guru, the Gnan, so it's told Ishwaro Guru Atmeti. Ishwara, Guru, and self, Atma are one. One who's gone beyond karma, the Buddha, the Gnani, Krishna, Sadguru, can erase, alter, change your karma. He is not confined to any laws. He's gone beyond all laws. Because for him, all laws are concepts. You understand what I'm trying to say? But he just plays along. Like there's a Yuvaraja, there's a prince. The prince in the palace is playing hide and seek. All the ministers' children are hiding. And the prince starts crying. Oh, I'm not able to find anybody. The king comes and tells, what nonsense is this? You can just command them to come. They will come. You are the prince. The prince says, what is the fun in that then? Right? So when Lord plays the game as Guru and Avatara, he pretends to play the game. That's all. It's just a pretense. But never ever think he's bound within the karma. You understand? People think Ramakrishna Paramahamsa is bound by that karma. No. There is a reason for that, why he goes through the suffering. It is for Loka Kalyana. Okay, somebody who is able to heal somebody else, do you think that person cannot heal themselves? Because their own body is also Maya, no? But the Guru or Ishvara or the Gnani is free from all karma and is able to erase, alter the karma of the Shishya also. And that is the grace of the Guru. That's why it's told. Repeat after me. Aneka Janma Samprapta Karma Bandha Vidahine Atma Gnana Pradhanena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Aneka Janma Samprapta. I have the karma from millions of lifetime, my Lord. Karma bandha, I'm so stuck like a person in the prison. I don't know a way out, right? And by the grace of the association with you, I become free. That is the master. Okay. So with that, we'll close for today. We'll take up the other two wishes in the next chapter. May Sadhguru bless all of you. Thank you all for joining this Upanishad Gnana Yagna on Sri Rama Navami and Chaitra Navaratri. May all the Gurus, Guru Parampara, bless us so that we may understand and realize our true nature as Atma. Tvameva Mata, Pita Tvameva, Tvameva Bandhuscha, Sakha Tvameva, Tvameva Vidya, Dravinam Tvameva, Tvameva Sarvam, Mama Deva Deva, Kayena Vacha, Manasendriyaiva, Buddhyatmanabha, Prakrite Swabhava, Karomi Adyad, Sakalam Parasmai, Narayanayeti, Samarpayami. Hold out your hands in the blessing posture. Loka Samasta, Sukhino Bhavantu. Bless the whole universe. Loka Samasta, Sukhino Bhavantu. Loka Samasta, Sukhino Bhavantu. Harihi Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. My pranams to all. Hari Om. Yes, Radhika, you had a question? You're raising your hand.
Oh, no, sorry, that was from Hari Om Guruji. Yeah.
Hari Om.
Hari Om Guruji.
Hari Om Guruji.
Hari Om Guruji.
Hari Om Guruji.
So, Prithvi, you're there?
Hari Om Guruji.
Any questions?
Yes.
Clear?
Yes, I'm here.
Is it clear? Any questions?
No, in fact, it answered a couple of questions that I've always had in
Okay.
my mind. Yes.
Very nice. Gautam, is it clear? Any questions?
No, Guruji, no questions.
Jyoti ji? Ravi, Beena, Kalyani, Jyoti ji, anybody? Pallavi ji? Mayuri?
Thank you, sir, Guruji. Thank you so much for the session. Sir, I wanted to ask one small thing.
Yeah.
As you said, the medium karmas can be erased, and the small this can be prarabdha can be completely erased. So, what is the way to completely erase the small prarabdha or medium? Like,
Yeah. So, that is to be continued next class. See, the simple answer is when you realize you're not the doer of karma, you become free from karma. That is a shortcut. Gnana. It's called Gnana Marga. Okay? There are two shortcuts. First shortcut is you realize I'm not the doer. Very clearly. It's a very logical understanding. You're not the doer, no? It's all these forces that are making you do. Like you can't even lift your finger. It's a universal action. So when you realize I'm not the doer, you become free from karma. One. Second shortcut is surrender. You just, on the auspicious day today, you can just bow down to the Lord, Guru, Sadguru, or Ishtadevata, and simply genuinely pray from the bottom of your heart that I don't know what I've done. I simply surrender my destiny to you. Whatever you present to me, I accept it. You understand? So, jo drish Prabhu dikhaye, sab svikar. Whatever you present to me, I accept it. Then you become free from karma. Karma is raga and dvesha. I like and I don't like. So when you surrender, you go beyond raga and dvesha. Mayuri, clear?
yes, sir. Yes, Guruji. Yes.
And the participation in the Rishi Yagna, an association with the master, Guru and Satsanga. So the teaching is Satsangatve Nissangatve. Nissangatve Nirmohatvam. Nirmohatve Nischalatatvam. Nischalatatva Jivan Mukti. Jivan Mukti is a result of Satsanga. Just by the association with the master,
Yes.
thinking about the divine, you become free from karma.
Okay. But presently, we don't have any guru. That is, you said we have to have a live guru. So we don't have presently. So we can consider online, like, looking, means we follow some Guruji online. So is it correct, or that Guruji also has to accept us as a shishya?
Yeah, so it's a two-way relationship, right? It's not I love
Yes.
you, you don't love me.
Yeah, exactly.
I love Shah Rukh Khan, he doesn't love me. So Guru has to know you. Guru has to, you should be in the radar of the master. It is a one-on-one relationship. Some Guru who doesn't know you doesn't work. You might get some Chitta Shuddhi will happen. Gnana will not happen.
Okay.
Mukti is a result of Gnana. So the Guru has to accept you as a disciple. So now there is no formal acceptance. There's no document given. Okay, you are accepted as disciple.
Okay.
If you are receiving the teachings of the Guru personally, that means you have been accepted by the order of Guru Shishya Parampara. You understand? If your questions are if you're able to question the Guru, and the Guru is able to answer particularly to you, not general answer.
Okay.
See, YouTube gurus or any big gurus,
Yeah.
They're addressing a public, general.
Yes.
They're not teaching Atmagnana.
Okay.
And Atmagnana can never be taught in public.
Hmm.
If you're getting a resolution to your Agnana
Yeah.
directly,
Yeah.
that means you have your master. And provided you also feel that your doubt is getting resolved. So you will know.
Hmm.
So the only testament is your own inner feeling. Is my ignorance, is my question clarified? If it is not the right guru, your question will not be clarified. If you have met Sadguru, you will not have questions only. Just in the presence of the master, you will feel silent. Then when you ask the questions to the master, your questions will be answered and clarified, and the ignorance will be destroyed.
Hmm.
Third thing is the master will take personal responsibility of you.
Okay.
Okay? When I say you, the pastor will take personal responsibility of your destiny.
Hmm.
Make sure that you are not reborn again. That is what a Sadguru is.
Okay.
So Sharda Devi used to tell that I don't just give Diksha to everybody. Because when I give Diksha to somebody, it means that I am taking the responsibility. I'm making a commitment that until this person gets realized, I will keep taking birth. That is the commitment of a Sadguru. Until you realize, that is a compassion. Until you realize the Sadguru's responsibility to take birth. And that's why Jnana is just not given like that.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Thanks for clarifying, sir.
So you will know that if you're becoming free from karma. How will I know if I'm becoming free from karma? The equation is fire. F-I-R-E. Frequency, intensity, recovery. R is recovery. Okay. So the situations in life, how frequently are you getting disturbed? That frequency will come down. What is the intensity of the disturbance? Earlier you used to get angry and break somebody's head. That intensity, now you get angry, it will go down, calm down. You are able to calm down. The intensity reduces. And the recovery, you become disturbed, but you immediately recover. So this is the self-evaluation. You will know it yourself. In the satsanga, if you are really in a satsanga, the fire will start operating. Gnanagni. The burning of the karma simply means that your frequency of disturbance, emotional disturbance, intensity of emotional disturbance, and the recovery from emotional disturbance drastically reduces. You become tranquil. You get it, Mayuri?
Yes, Guruji.
Okay.
Thank you, Guruji. Thank you so much.
We'll take up in the next session. Anybody else? Any questions? Okay. Hari Om.
Hari Om Guruji.
Hari Om, Guruji.
Hari Om.